What's up, people? It's your boy, the Kryptonian, saying here, bringing you a review for One Piece Chapter 475. And what I was most impressed with this chapter is it looks like Zoro's finally getting the hang of that new sword, though he's probably still going to have to do some training. You know, in the last chapter, Zoro didn't quite have the hang of it. That sword was too heavy for him to move. And it's kind of like when you're weightlifting and, say, I'll use a personal story for me. Like, I remember I had 245s on each side. So you had 180 pounds on each side of the bar, and then the bar is 45 pounds. And I remember I'm doing that, and I can do 10 reps of that easy. That's 225. And I can do that 3 sets of 10. But then I was like, well, you know, fuck it. I'm going to try and do a little more. So I added on 25 on each side. So now it gets up to 275. And I start going, and I was able to get the bar up a few times, but I had struggled. And it's the same thing with Zoro. In order for Zoro to progress, he's going to have to struggle using that sword. But this is probably the best chance for him to do that. And what's really key about this fight is Zoro and Sanji are again working together in a way. Zoro's slicing up part of this building. Sanji's using this Jenga kick. And they're working in tandem. And they're completely laying waste to Oars in a little bit. But what's happening is Moria, because he's in Oars' body, is saying, look, you idiot, you're a zombie. Zombies don't feel pain. That's just part of your old memories. You'll get over this. And you start seeing little small things. When Frankie and Usopp have their combo attack, Moria is able to basically have it dodged. And they say, well, he does have Luffy's moves. Nami shows up, uses the Thunderbolt, inflicts a good bit of damage. And then Sanji's like, Nami, baby! I can't believe you're here! I'll never leave you again, Nami! Come down here, let me smother myself in your bosoms of love. And you got Zoro, rightfully so, saying, this fucking idiot, can't he shut up? And it's because Zoro, at this point, understands Nami has the high ground. Star Wars joke. If you get it, let me know in the comment section. But Nami has the high ground. And then what ends up happening is Oars uses the Gum Gum pistol, and he actually stretches. And it would have taken out Nami, but what ends up happening is Nico Robin uses a flower fruit. She's able to catch her, bring her back down, and they start realizing very quickly that they're no longer dealing with Oars. They're dealing with the giant version of Luffy, which are two different beings. Oars had Luffy's personality, none of Luffy's powers. Oars was a dumber version of Luffy. Now you have a giant version of Luffy, essentially controlled by one of the 7 warlords. Like Zoro said in the last chapter, this is Luffy with the brain. He's very dangerous. This is going to be interesting. Because this changes shit too. Because I thought that this would be an opportunity for Oda to get out some passive-aggressive type stuff that the Straw Hats might have towards Luffy. This leaves the door open for potential, you know, one-offs where you see Zoro saying, Luffy, I've told you twice now. I've had to take control. You know, like when he came up with the plan at Water 7, and then after the Usopp thing, he's like, look, you're the fucking captain. If you waver in your decisions, how the fuck are we going to follow you? It leaves the door open for there to be a Zoro versus Luffy in the future. So this is interesting. This is interesting because I thought Oda wasn't going to replay this shit like how we saw with Luffy versus Usopp. But this leaves the door open for another confrontation. So that's a bit interesting. Now, another thing that I thought was pretty good about this chapter is the fact that Brooke says, I have to fight alongside you guys. I'm sorry if this isn't enough, but this is the best I can do to repay you. That also opens the door open for Brooke to join the crew. Because he basically owes it to Luffy's right-hand man. Zoro serves Luffy. If Luffy says, I want you in my crew, he's going to join the crew. And part of the reason he didn't join in the first place is because he didn't have a shadow. Now he has a shadow. So all this is kind of mixing in. But I'm more interested in what was said at the end. Where Luffy meets some of Lola's henchmen and they say, hey, we know Moria's real power. how to defeat them. Let us help you. Really curious about their change in sides like this. And my chapter question to you guys is, on the Grand Line, how often do people change alliances? Because this is huge. This sets another precedent. But as always, guys, if you like anything I had to say, don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe, share. Thank you so much for watching the end of the video, guys. Have an awesome day.